Yo guys, how are you all doing? It is me, Tommy Roney123. Guys, everyone's asking me controller settings, camera settings. Tom, where are they? I need them. I'm here for you people, man. I'm here for you. Make sure to click like and subscribe if you are new so you never miss out on any videos for our Ultimate Team content, best on YouTube. Guys, obviously, look, I used to play as a verified player. I got to phase 2 in the first, well, FIFA 20 when I competed. FIFA 21 last year, in the first qualifiers I finished 97th in Europe, but then I gave up because the gameplay turned nonsense, and I love you guys so much I decided to turn towards content. But I still know what I'm talking about here, guys, and I'm going to give you all the best tips, so make sure to listen to them and check it out, guys. Some of them, yes, it's a 50-50, and I'm going to give you 2 different options you could be using. But other than that, let's get straight into it, guys, and let's talk about the customer. Well, what customer, man? What customer, Tom? What customer? Custom controller settings. That's what we're talking about today, guys. Let's get into it. Yes, guys, let's talk about the most important thing, and I will be making a video on this because it is that important. Now, a lot of people have been talking about this, right? And I'm going to say this, and this is because I'm trying to expose the problem. If you click off on the competitive master switch, and then you switch, let's say, contextual agile dribbling to on, auto shots on, assisted headers on, jockeying assisted, and turn it on, it's just visual, guys. All the settings you have put on here, like this, will work when you have it on, even online. Now, this is a glitch, and it shouldn't be a thing at all, and I don't know how EA hasn't fixed it, because I don't know, what do they earn a year? 7 billion from this game, and they can't fix such a simple issue. This is the problem, guys. Assisted jockeying. It's not fair for anyone that's using manual jockeying. And I'm going to say one thing, guys. This will get patched. Whether it's this year eventually or it's next year, this will get patched. Do not waste your time on assisted jockeying. And do not waste your time on any of these being on. Or this changing, or, you know, whatever. EA will change it. And you will look like an absolute schmuck. You will, when you suddenly can't use it because it wasn't manual this whole time. Make sure you use manual. I'll be making a video on this, a quick one, but just to remind everyone, stop wasting time with manual, and I mean assisted jockeying. You need to get manual, learn it. Don't be scared, yeah? Don't be a rat. Come on. Straight onto it, guys. Whatever the competitive master switch has, keep it as that. Do not change it, because you will have to adjust to it anyway next year or whenever it gets patched. Don't change it. Free pass assistance, guys, is going to be on semi. Some of my settings might be all over the place because I've just updated this. But free pass assistance will be on semi, guys. Simple, really. Sometimes you want to, you know, what semi really does here, guys, is if you have it on assisted, it will pass specifically how EA thinks it should go, right? If you go on semi, what it gives you is this opportunity to decide, am I going to pass to the left of this defender to pass the through ball, or on the right of this defender? So it gives you just a bit more option. You don't want it fully manual because then obviously it's just an absolute mess, but semi just helps you in terms of which side of the defender to pass the ball. Very, very useful. FIFA trainer, hide. You don't really need the FIFA trainer. Like I said, I don't use FIFA trainer. I don't know why I would. Anyone would be able to see that from my gameplay. Timed finishing is on. You guys know, if you're not using timed finishing, you cannot go to the higher echelon players. I'm being serious here, guys. Timed finishing is one of the most important things this year. I score long shot after long shot after long shot, or 1-on-1s from difficult angles, just because of this timed finishing. You need timed finishing. Anyone that tells you otherwise doesn't know what they're talking about, and I am being serious. This is coming from a top player, and just watching pros, knowing pros, talking to pros all the time as well this year, catching up with them before I go back into competing next year. Timed finishing needs to be on. I have a tutorial which is probably #1 on YouTube for timed finishing, so make sure to check that out. We will be in the comments down below, the link, so make sure to share that with the friends as well, and make sure to subscribe, guys, because it is the most important thing you can have. Next player switch indicator, I talked about this in my defensive tutorial, which I'll also put in the comments. What it is, guys, is when you're on the ball, sometimes you'll be able to see the marker on someone else, and then you know that you're switching to them. Don't need that. I think it doesn't help you with right stick switching. You want to get accustomed to right stick switching, get away from using the LB or L1 button. The best way to do that is take away all kind of, you know, things that will kind of tempt you to use it. That's what I say. Pass block assistance is on. It just means that your AI will try to attempt to intercept passes. It needs to be on because EA is nonsensical in this game. You know, you need some help. Auto switching needs to be on air balls and loose balls so that, you know, it switches to the players that you needed to switch to. This is pretty self-explanatory. There's not much more to it. Auto switching move assistance. Now, right. This is a weird one, really. Basically, when someone passes the ball and then your player is running towards that direction, how long will they run towards that direction until you switch directions? I used to play on high, but I'd go to none or low right now. The reason for this is because I want to quickly switch directions. People do this quickly, you know. Nowadays, when I'm playing in Elite Division, people get on the ball. First thing they do, bang, a skill like an elastico. But my player keeps running that one direction because this is on high. You know, when it switches to a player, unless he's running to the right, he'll keep running to the right for a bit before you'll be able to actually change direction. A lot of top players do quick fake shots, do quick movements, and then it's too late. So I'd move it to none or low, guys, personally. Clearance assistance on directional, so wherever you're facing, it will clear the ball. I mean, now it's pretty self-explanatory. Once again, you want exactly that. Player lock, I don't know why I have this on, or keep it off. I don't use player lock at all. I used to have on because I thought maybe I'd use it one day. I don't. I do plan my runs using the right stick. I do change it sometimes the way my player is running, but I don't have player lock. Icon switching, keep it off. I don't know why that was on. I never switch using the icon thing. It's just nonsense. It's when you press the right stick and it pops up with it. No, just waste of time. This is probably one of the things I see people getting wrong all the time. How in the hell is anyone using ball relative or player rotation is beyond me. You need player relative. Basically, guys, right stick switching. If you're on the ball with Kimpembe and above you, you got, let's say you're defending, right? So above you, you're defending on the left side. So above you got the left back, and the left back, let's just say, is Theo Hernandez, and then below you have Marquinhos. If it's player relative, if you push the right stick down, it will switch to Marquinhos. If you push it up, it will switch up to Theo Hernandez from Kimpembe. Now, if it's ball relative, if the ball's ahead of you, you'll need to diagonally press it to the left or right bottom to switch to your Marquinhos or your Theo Hernandez. I just don't see the need of ball relative. I think it's an absolute mess. As you can see, the ball will act as the reference point. So anything you press with the right stick to switch will be from the ball. The ball is on a constant movement. I don't see why the hell anyone would need to use that, guys. Player relative has to be. Player rotation is kind of like icon switching, like the whole thing with right stick. Don't use that. Player relative is the best way, guys. So whichever player you're controlling, which then you don't need to even you know, consciously think, right, the ball's here, I'm gonna have to press this. You don't have to do that because you're already on the, you know, you're already controlling the player that you will switch from. So you already know where to press and you can quickly make your movements. It needs to be player relative if you want to be at the top level, guys. It just has to. Assisted ground pass, that's pretty self-explanatory. Shot assistance has to be assisted, never do anything else. Cross assistance is between you guys and what you think is right. Assisted will obviously help you a lot, but then semi will mean that they're a bit more like towards what you may want. Semi is kind of what I'm switching to now because I've kind of improved my crossing, so I think it's the best way to go. Lob pass has to be assisted, save assistance has to be assisted. Now analog sprint. Let me say this. I keep it... It's difficult for me. I don't see much of a difference. I will be honest. I do not see the difference. Yes, when it's on, it means that my player doesn't fully sprint unless I fully hold down, which is what analog sprint is, by the way, guys. If you fully hold down the right trigger, only then will they sprint, not if you barely hold on to it. Which cool, makes sense. You don't always want to be fully sprinting, and in a way that makes sense. If you're trying to learn it at first, then maybe I'd keep it on. Also, if you're very good at left stick dribbling, maybe I'd keep it on because what it means is that you can quickly make a switch of direction without sprinting at full speed. But generally, guys, I keep it off. That's just my thing. But if you keep it on, there's nothing wrong with it. You're not in any way wrong. It's just the way I do it. And the pass receiver lock has to be late, guys. It means that obviously when I pass the ball, how long do I have before you know, I can't change the direction it's going to anymore. I like to keep it late because I want to sometimes change direction. People mark up my moves and I need to quickly switch who I'm passing to. It's once again pretty self-explanatory. You want to be able to be as dynamic and as unpredictable in your gameplay as possible. You want to keep yourself flexible. These are the buttons I'm using. I don't think I have any changes really. You guys can have a look at that. You can obviously pause to have a look at this. I don't think I change much. I just don't see the need. There used to be a thing I changed, but I don't remember what it is anymore. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't change it. I don't think there's a need. Guys, listen, I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to come back for the camera settings if you're interested. Make sure, as always, guys, to make sure, like, subscribe, check out my TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter so you never miss out on an upload. Turn on post notifications as well, guys. Let's get straight up there, all the way to the higher level of YouTubers. So that's what I'm looking for, guys, this year. Until next time, though, guys, peace, and I hope you have a great day. See ya.